Hey, what's up, y'all? Back with another video. Um, so today, just going to give a quick, as you tell by the title of the video, I'm talking about how I got scammed out of 3F. This happened a couple months ago now, but it's something I just decided to talk about when I got scammed. I kind of didn't even take it that serious. I figured it was my own fault and just moved on. But as I go over it more and more in my head, I think it's something I should probably talk about just because it could help somebody else out in the future. Um, so how did I get scammed for 3F? So, this was around the time where ICO craze was kind of just, I guess, starting its dying down phase. Um, so I was online one night researching coins, and I really wanted to get into an ICO. Um, at some point, I haven't participated in one. Um, then I still have it now. So um, I was online on looking at stuff online, just researching coins. I got a pop up from I think it was cryptocoinsnews.com, where they were just uh, talking about. There was an article that came out talking about a new ICO that was launching in the morning. So I thought, wow, this is great. You look at the article. So the article is about a token called World of Battles. Um, so I go on the website. The website is beautiful. It's probably the best website I've seen for any cryptocurrency ever, and I've been on probably majority of the sites. Looking at the coins and just reviewing white papers and everything. So um, I go on the site. It's the most beautiful site. Has a white paper. Has information about the ICO. Has a Twitch logo saying it's working with Twitch. Um, and I looked at it, I'm like, wow, this looks like a great ICO to get into at this point. So at that point, I had a good amount of F. I was still holding a lot of F. Um, so I'm like, all right, I'll put a few aside to get into this ICO. So that's what I did. I put five aside to get into the ICO. Um, I figure, hey, if it works, great. If it doesn't, at least I'll probably be able to get my money back once it hits an exchange or something. Because at this point, ICOs were going, 10, 20x in the previous months, and I was just trying to get my feet wet with them. So I set up my MetaMask wallet and other things like that. I get the 3F in there. I'm waiting to, you know, I, well, before that, I did what I normally do. I go on Facebook, I look for the community group, I find a page which seemed like it's representing the same ICO. Not a lot of activity, probably, a few posts here and there, but nothing really extensive. I look up the Reddit. People are talking about it, but not a lot. Couple posts here and there, but nothing really detailing it. And those two things kind of put up a red flag for me that, wow, this seems like a great project supported by Twitch, but why is it not a lot of activity in the community? Why are people not talking about it more? So I um I kind of negate that in my head. I just keep it moving, keep researching. I think I look at maybe their I think I look at one other community thing. This is probably like 1 or 2 in the morning at this point. So I'm getting kind of tired. I'm thinking, okay, I got to get to sleep because I want to be up at 8 a.m. so I can catch this the ICO where they're giving 20% bonus if you invest in the first hour. So I look up a few things. It kind of makes me feel a little bit weird, but I'm looking at I'm looking up Twitch. I look at World of Battles and Twitch. I don't really see any correlation, any news. But I'm like, of course, there's no way they're lying. This article is on a reputable site. There's no way it's not real. They have to be working with Twitch. The person who posted the article has to be sure to be able to post this article, but they must have some information that hasn't hit the general public yet. So I move on. I go to sleep that night. I set my alarm for early that morning. I get up. I send over. I was gonna send over 5, but I ended up sending over. Just first. I sent over 2. No, I sent over 3 at once. I think it's been a couple months now, so I apologize. The story's a little bit foggy in my head. But I send over 3 ETH, set up my Ether wallet to receive the tokens back. You got to input the code and everything like that. I forget what it's called, the block number or something like that, to actually have it populate in your available tokens. So I do that. I'm expecting them to come within the first hour or 2, my tokens. That's what the site says. Doesn't come. So I'm looking around, then I start looking on Reddit, and people are getting a little bit worried, just like I am, saying, hey, this looks kind of funny. I never got my tokens. A couple hours later, I'm like, all right, okay, maybe something went wrong. I'll come back and later this afternoon, and I'm sure the tokens will be here. So I come back a few hours later, still nothing. So at that point, I'm really worried. I think ETH is around $600 at that point, $700 maybe. So it's about, it's a good amount of money that I sent over to them. So I long story short, I never get the tokens. I never see the tokens. They never show up. So at that point, I started to research more. Look at the article again. I look at the article, the person who wrote it on Crypto Coin News. It's written by unknown person, a blank profile, and it's actually the profile is actually called unknown, I think. So I do that. That sends red flags. I go back to Reddit. Everyone's in a frenzy saying it's a scam. By that time, the website had gone completely missing. The links you tried to get to on the website before are no longer working. So at that point, I know I'm scammed. I know my ETH is gone. I can see them. The ETH, where it was received on the blockchain, I can see they received about $500,000 at that time from people sitting to that same address. And that's really where it ended. The site disappeared. Not a lot of news came out about the scam, how it went down. I think I saw maybe 1 or 2 articles about it. And that was it. So that taught me a valuable lesson, that you don't rush things, and greed will make you lose money. And I've learned that a few times in the crypto world. Being greedy is good to a certain extent, but at some point it will cause you to lose money. So from now on, I have those 3 ETH, which I know I sent to some random person somewhere in the world, and they're rich off, $500,000 in ETH at the time, which is probably over $1 million now. So when ETH hits $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, whatever it ends up going to, how will I feel about losing those 3 ETH? I'll always look back and say, wow, those 3 ETH could have been a car right now, or could have been a mortgage payment, whatever it is. But yeah, that's just my lesson from be diligent in your research. That's really what I would say. Be diligent in your research, and especially in the crypto world, if you see red flags, just hold off. Just wait. Don't let the greed outweigh the red flags. So yeah, that's pretty much how I got scammed out of 3 ETH. I don't know who these people are. They've moved on. I've kind of just moved on myself, figured it was a lost cause, and probably will never see those F again. Well, I'm almost 100% sure I'll never see those F again. Um, but yeah, hopefully someone else can learn from this. They won't do the same mistake. Watch these crypto coin news sites. They can be hacked. That was another thing. They did eventually say that the article was hacked. If someone hacked into their website and posted this article late at night, caused this rush of people to rush into the ICO. Since the Twitch logo is so prominent and well featured, they had a beautiful website, got the money, and skated off. So, as always, the crypto world is a wild west at this point. There's little to no regulation, which is what we strive for, and you have to be responsible for what you're doing. So I don't blame anybody except myself. 3F gone, and I've learned from that. It's now been a few months. I've learned from that, and I haven't made a similar mistake again. So yeah, that's my story on how I lost my 3F. I'll always remember those F. It'll always be something I think about, to be honest with you. I hate being scammed. I hate the feeling of it. I hate knowing I gave somebody something I worked hard for free because they tricked me or because I wasn't diligent enough. And that's pretty much it, man. Just be careful out here. Watch these sites. Don't trust everything you read. Even if you read it from a reputable source, check two and three different sources to make sure it's right. So yeah, once again, y'all, thank y'all for checking out the video. Subscribe down below. Like the video if you like the content, if you learned anything, or if you appreciate it. And as always, y'all keep buying that crypto.